I am Mauro Fanelli, CEO of MixedBag Games, very small Italian company, and we have released Futuridium VR for now for PS4 and PS Vita. We had the game already out when we started working on Morpheus. We started working on it, I think it was November of last year when we got the first dev kit, and the first idea was not to do Futuridium VR, but okay, let's try some different games, some different ideas, let's try something different. In the end, we just turned back around and we were like, oh, but we already have Futuridium, why we don't try to do it instead of experimenting different stuff? In the beginning we were not sure it could work because it's a really fast game and we have this turn mechanics, so when you press a button you turn 1080 degrees and it's okay, maybe it can make you sick or stuff like that. But then in this version we had just a cut, so you just turn instantly and it doesn't get you sick at all. So we experimented with it and it kind of works. Well, we had no particular challenge. One of the aim we had was to get the game running at 120 frames per second native on Morpheus. You know, the game is really easy from a graphical standpoint, so it's low poly stuff. We had some post-processing effect in the PS4 and PS Vita version, but for VR version it was like, okay, the game is it's not technically demanding what we can do on Morpheus, and we're like, okay, let's push it to the upper limit on frame rate, so let's push for 120. We had to turn a couple of things down because we are not hitting it perfectly in the beginning, but the other cool thing is that we are running native, so 120 native, and then we added ray projection stuff on top of it, because ray projection gets you even lower latency because it predicts where you are moving your head, so you can get an even better sense of fluidity and the game is more smooth with it on, also if you're already running at 120. Well, I think the Futuridium experience with VR added on is a lot more immersive. For Futuridium EP Deluxe, you know, it's like we have the cockpit view, so it's a bit easier to play than the version that's already out, but you can judge better the distance from the object, so you have a better 3D view, so you can get more, you can destroy the cubes more easily, and you can avoid all the kind of stuff we throw at you more easily. And also I think it's a lot more cool to see, you know, it's a very colorful game with big explosion and lots of cubes flying around, so it's very cool. The idea on Futuridium right now is that we are doing not one game but two games. Actually we will come out at launch of Morpheus with Futuridium EP Deluxe adapted for Morpheus, so it will be like, okay, the same game but with Morpheus added on it, so you get all the Morpheus stuff for free when the Morpheus came out. At the same time we are working on Futuridium VR. Futuridium VR will be a new sequel of the game where we will try to get more VR stuff integration in the game. Futuridium EP Deluxe will be okay, you can look around, but we won't have in the game really, you know, VR mechanics of gameplay, while for Futuridium VR we really want to push it a bit more, so we will integrate more mechanics, so you can, it's not just looking around, but we'll have different kind of gameplay stuff in it. Oh, I think we want to have the VR EP Deluxe version ready at launch, and the VR version it will be, I think, some months after Morpheus launch, I think 2 or 3 months. We will try to get it out in the launch window of the peripheral. Oh, actually we have a lot of ideas. We have some different prototypes already done. We are prototyping constantly, but for now we are like, okay, look, let's focus on Futuridium EP Deluxe and Futuridium VR, and then we will see what's the next step next year.